This was fantastic. What a great telling of such a remarkable and notable story. Um, Very topical, somewhat unfortunately, given the climate around uh, immigration and undocumented immigrants, especially. So it's nice to get such a detailed account of such an uplifting, positive story of someone who's thriving, who's been through all the struggles. I mean, this story is just laden with great personal drama. That I mean, it's just very compelling from a storytelling perspective. Obviously, very difficult stuff for someone to have to live through, but the way it was all presented here, nice, neatly packaged, was just really easy to sit back and enjoy from the perspective of knowing the outcome, um, and what sort of great benefit this fellow and his family have been to society and to themselves. Just hearing the whole story was fantastic, I think, and it was really presented really well here by the filmmakers. Just really nicely put together, bookended, where we start and where we end. Just some really touching moments that were highlighted, and even my own just the feelings it evoked, like when he got the scholarship, the acceptance letter, all that stuff. To just see someone's hard work and sacrifice, not only theirs but of their entire family, pay off the way it did for themselves and for society is just such a great story. Again, told really well here. I thoroughly enjoyed this one.
This documentary was a nice tribute to Dr. Fernandez. It really showed his full story. It went back and showcased parts of Colombia. It showed the history of Colombia from his youth to what it's like now. It showed his life from becoming a doctor to his life as a child. People went and talked to his parents, his siblings, his children, his wife. They really talked. It showed even some of his patients. They really showed who he was as a person. This is a magnificent tribute to this man and really to his story. It tells his story from the perspective of people who care about him and love him, to show why he is and who he is, It's really well made. The music goes really well with it to really spark emotion with his story, and it's told in a linear fashion where it goes back in time and goes through his entire life to what's important, and even that he does go back home once in a while and then comes back to the United States, back and forth. He's seems like a nice guy, and that he's trying his best for both his patients and his family. Even though there was times when he was first in residency and stuff that he couldn't really focus on that. Like his daughter said in an old school drawing that there wasn't really pictures of him and it was just mom and her. But now that he's past residency and a chief, he can focus more on family because he has a little more flexibility. But this documentary really shows who he is as a person, and it's a really fantastic tribute to Dr. Fernandez.
Undocumented. What a wonderful documentary. I hope this is going to be a series. I know this is based on a book, so maybe it won't be, but I would love to see this as a series on Netflix, Amazon, somewhere where I could watch every episode, because I think, it would be great to base every episode on a different story like this. Just a beautiful opening, and with the Statue of Liberty and the other footage, the black and white footage of people trying to make it to freedom, and the narration and the song, it was all very touching. I loved the opening setup, and even the story, how it was laid out throughout, was just really well done. The technical side was great. It's just very professional, and all the interviews and the footage and the visuals. I loved all of it. And just I love how he talked about looking at a picture of their dad and pretending to talk to him when they needed a man's advice, a father's advice, when they were, separated. It was very sad, but it was a touching thing for him to express and say that they did as kids, that their mother could only do so much. And the story of the trip that they took to get here was just so courageous and inspirational, and the fact that they went through so much and were able to come out on top, and the fact that he was vulnerable to his professor and it ended up working in his favor, I think really not only shows how honesty can be the best policy, but also the hard work and everything that he had done up till then really, made that go in his favor. And it also speaks to, like the other gentleman said, that the professors, it speaks to the integrity of the school and how they looked at the situation in a way that was really, not judgmental. And I think hopefully this gets out and seen by a lot of people, because if we can keep that up in this country, that would be amazing. I know that it's a very difficult time right now, so this is a great piece to be seen by a wide audience, and I wish you guys the best of luck.